Welcome back to Let's Play Medieval 2 Total War England Campaign, episode the 32nd with me, Squawker. And when we left off, we had taken Accra. That's an achievement in itself, and then not really did a lot of other stuff. Still building up our position, but in no land of Europe, things are switching. We're changing from fighting the French, because the French are being annoying, to fighting the Imperials, because, well, the Pope told me not to fight the French, so I'm going to go pick on the Imperials. And I think the Pope might not have his attention on me anymore, for as you can see, a big papal army's on the move.
I am a soldier. Speak to our representatives.
And his soldier is currently on his way to say hello to Milan, because Milan has been excommunicated for, well, they decided to declare on the Pope, because, hey, why not? So I've got Beatrice Bridgman heading south. We're going to have a little chat with the French, see if she's any better at making peace agreements with the French than my bloody diplomats. And
rest, sire.
well, we're just going to hope our diplomats stop shitting themselves on the field, really. But either way, we are going to continue on to the next turn and do other things. We're also going to try and build up some relations with the Venetians, because it might just increase papal relations, because, you know, the Pope is Venetian, so if I play nice with the Venetians, he might stop being a little ungrateful towards me. But yeah,
who do you want dead?
Lawrence is also going to take a quick trip down to Innsbruck, because I want to see how strong it is, because if I do take Innsbruck, it will give me a path to potentially attack the Milanese, because they are technically fair game, and if I could, I'd have another front to use against the French. And Innsbruck is currently vulnerable, and it's a desirable territory, if anything, really.
Someone removed, sir.
But at the same time, I do want this city here. I would like to have Nuremberg, but taking Innsbruck would be a serious
Hail, my king!
Spanner in the works. I'll just see how long would it take us to get to Innsbruck. It's going to take us long to get to Innsbruck, at which point the enemy may have got a reinforcement. So you know what? I think we might leave Innsbruck for now. We'll leave the HRE to be in Italy, because you never know. If things go wrong for them, at least they're in comfortable ass-kicking distance for the Pope.
As you will, my
I'm
king.
going to keep my efforts focused on Northern Europe, because if things go sour with the Polish, I need land up here, really, rather than down here, because if I have land close to the Polish, yeah, alright, they're going to pick on that land, but this is good land now, which has been developed by other people,
continue tomorrow, my
I will use it for my own purposes to recruit armies to basically keep Poland at bay, because they are the superpower of the East, and they're not too fond of me, so, you know, we've got to be careful.
Name thy target, sire.
Not a good chance of wiping out this Hungarian diplomat, by the way, so we're not even going to bother.
You have a target in mind, my king.
Not even a good chance of killing these priests. Basically, this guy can't do anything well, so I could probably just gamble it on something and just hope for the best, really, because, yeah, he's friggin' useless, really, at the end of the day. So let's just take that.
You have a target in mind, my king.
Let's just roll the dice and hope that I can at least escape if it all fucks up.
Years to build.
Oi!
Minutes to destroy.
Well, he escaped at least, I guess, but you're still
Removed, sir.
pretty much useless. I mean, now you're an unsuccessful saboteur as well. You just can't do anything right, can you? Right?
On my way.
Just keep moving around and find
Continuing
something else to do.
once
We also
I've
spotted another Imperial army on the move,
Come and
but
face
yeah,
the might of the Reich, coward!
he won't be much of an issue.
Hail, my
And Davey
king.
knows where he's going. We're going to basically just try and seize more Imperial assets. We're also going to make our move on Oslo. We've got King Edmund. He's going to move on Oslo. And in Hamburg, we are continuing to upgrade our troops so we can get ready to make our big move on Stellen, where the Danes should concentrate on the majority of their forces. But there is very little that we can do this turn. We are recruiting some additional troops in Nottingham in order to deal with the local rebels that have turned up. There are rebels here as well, but they're not my issue. And Captain Anthony has all his orders to return to Angers for now, and just basically act as a response unit should a French try to counterattack. I'd say our priority for next turn is we need to try and buff up in Northern Europe, but at the same time, we really need to be buffing up here, because the Mongols are heading south, and I'm now getting wary. They may start looking towards me with hungry conquest eyes, so we need to be ready for them. Also need to make sure I've got enough fleets in here, because the Danish are currently wrecking everything I have,
Ready, sire.
which is a big issue in itself. So we need to definitely rebuild our naval power and make it better, because right now the Danish are controlling the seas, and it's an issue because they'll start blocking trade if I'm not careful. But I mean, at least we have a consolation prize of the Danish are 2 provinces away from elimination, but we need to get rid of them sooner rather than later, really, because even if we do take them out, these will just be pirates and they'll still wander around and start troubles. So yeah, either way, we're going to progress on to turn 80. So yeah, that does mean it is progress review day, so hooray. Who's this, by the way? Polish diplomat. I wonder if he's going to come my way. If he does, he'll be very welcome in my courts. If Poland was to become my friend, then that'd actually be a more than positive outcome for me. Oh well, let's see how it goes.
We come bearing word for you.
Ah, well, this saves me having to bother paying money for an alliance, even if I am very untrustworthy, which I still think is fucking bullshit. But then again, these people are of dubious reputation, so I guess, you know, watch what company you keep, especially when they're allied with the Turks, which is iffy, but well, whatever. I have no quarrel with the Turks as it stands anyway, so I shall accept your alliance because then, hey, I have an ally again. Just don't be getting excommunicated again, otherwise I will terminate the alliance.
Magnificent! You have made us very happy this day.
It's always nice to see a happy face.
Goodbye. It has been a pleasure.
Alright, a few movements of interest there, and a new mission as well. Regicide. My father is naught but a simpering fool. By the way, this is from Crown Prince Hazem of Egypt. If left to rule, he will bring only to ruin what should be my empire. Kill him so that I may lead my empire to greatness, and our empires will rule the world side by side as both. I am willing to generously recompense you from your troubles. So, we have been ordered by, well, not ordered, but we've been requested by the Prince of Egypt to put an end to Sultan Nasser. I don't really like Sultan Nasser very much, but I don't really particularly have much motivation to fight him. However, this prince has promised me 5,000 florins and potentially a ceasefire. And a ceasefire with Egypt is desirable, for I do not have really any reason to fight them anymore. I'd rather have him as a friend now to get rid of the incoming threat. The only issue is Sultan Nasser is now very far away and he's close to the Mongols. And
I
well,
only answer to my master.
do I really want to go near the Mongols? No, I do not. I mean, this is Crown Prince Hasm
Leave
here.
these lands, infidel, or I shall remove you.
He's only saying that to save face, by the way. Might be something worth having a crack at. If I have a resource, how long do I have on that mission to commit regicide? So I have 10 turns to do it. So we have until turn 90 to eliminate Sultan Nasser. I don't know by what means we have to do it. I'm guessing we can do it by either through battle or through assassination. So yeah, we can basically do it either way. But let's face it, you.
Who do you want dead?
What are your odds?
Name thy target.
10% is more than I was actually expecting, but it's still way too little. How about killing that
have a target in mind,
killing this
monkey.
imam for once in your life, though?
Today
I know this game
is a
basically just has, you know, a
particularly
limited
good
bank
day
of
to die.
videos that they can show us for these missions, but honestly, I still find it mind-boggling how this guy has tried the same tactic God knows how many times and has fucked it up every time. It is like legit. It's like legit. Just so impressive, isn't it? Lawrence, how about you? How about we get you some practice? Yeah, we're not going to do a
Name
card.
thy target.
24% chance on the captain,
You have a target
24%
in
chance on this
mind,
captain.
Mikey.
Why are assassins in this game just
Name thy
awful?
target, sire.
At least in Rome Total
You
War,
have a
all my
target
assassins
in
were
mind,
awful, but they
Mikey.
just basically were also
Rest
unbelievably
assured,
lucky.
sire, he won't hear a thing.
Well, because I never had to observe them on the job. Ooh, Holy Roman Princess as well, oh well. Wow, it's a whole new level of fucking up with these guys now. It's not just now the snake will just run away and attack him out. It's now the assassin actually fucking commits suicide. Wasn't even killed by a guard. Wasn't even executed in custody. He fucking killed himself because of his incompetence. My god, now it's just making Edmund crueler and crueler.
My king.
Because he cruelly sends blatantly incompetent people
They wish they'd
into
never be
suicide
born,
missions.
sire.
Right. Anyway, you have your orders. Keep
Tried
moving.
whipping them, sire.
And no whipping,
The
right?
men are spent.
By the way, we detected a spy of Imperial descent, and he's been executed. The Mongols are now the #1 military power, by the way, but I also have a lot of money this turn, which is great. And it's also great because I'm going to spend it all on upgrading Antwerp. Hooray! I'm pretty sure I have other towns due for upgrade as well. I think Aarhus is one of which, but I can't. Oh, wow. Ooh, a bit expensive for Aarhus. Yeah, we're not affording that, sadly. But I am pretty damn sure we've got another town that is due upgrade. Bruges is underway. Is it Paris? That nope. Rams? Nope. Ooh, we could build a knight stables in Metz, by the way, to get more male knights. That's a pretty good idea. Oh, by the way, yeah, we did discover some not assassins, some ambushers. Metz, can you prepare a small response force to put those guys down? Because I'm not having my... Actually, I could have my main army do it. Be good
Hail,
practice
my
for
king.
them, really. What do we know about Captain Jobst? Is it worth my
Begone.
time?
You are not mein Kaiser.
So we've got Town Militia, Flemish Pikes, Swiss Pikes. They've got actually a little bit more, but basically better. Feudal Knights. Yeah, we can do a Feudal Knights. And some crossbows. A bit of a mixed bunch, really, then. Yeah, we could take them on with a minimum of losses, really, and basically just get myself get some XP, really. Yeah, so Metz, don't worry about providing the response just yet. May need you to do some troop recruitment soon, but I just want to double check. I am pretty damn sure we've got a town due for upgrading, so we're just going to go through them, actually. So it wasn't London, it wasn't Paris, it wasn't Bruges, it wasn't Reims, it wasn't Antwerp. Well, we know it's fucking Antwerp. It wasn't Metz, it wasn't Staufen. Aarhus, yeah, Aarhus we already know about there. Hamburg, no, it wasn't Hamburg, but we could build an Earl's stables here now for English knights as well. And feudal knights and all sorts of cool stuff. Oslo, it wasn't Oslo, wasn't Dongola, wasn't Alexandria, wasn't Cairo, wasn't Gaza, wasn't Accra, wasn't Jerusalem, wasn't Dublin, wasn't Carnarvon, wasn't Rennes, wasn't Inverness, and wasn't Edinburgh, wasn't Angier and Cayenne are both due upgrades, but they can't afford them. Wasn't York, wasn't Nottingham. Yeah. No other towns were due for upgrade. Me imagining things like faction house have where Godwin Lose has been born, which is a better name than fucking Lose, and Simon's been born. And Christopher Crusader's feeling unappreciated. How are you feeling unappreciated? You're like a hero to the people. Oh, whinge with you, isn't it? Bloody hell, right. Well, maybe I will send you to go Sultan killing very soon. That'll give you something to do. By the way, continue with the retraining of the armies here. We need to keep getting ourselves ready for further actions. Construction report by the way, Rams completed its upgraded walls, so welcome to the big leagues, Rams. So we have access to things like fairgrounds and paved roads and council chambers. Let's get that fairground set up so we can basically start making the big money, and we've also now bankrupted ourselves. Well done us. Recruitment report by the way, Nottingham's prepared us some billmen, Gaza some levy spears, Jerusalem some archer militia and spear militia, and Edinburgh a new merchant, Jerusalem a diplomat. And yeah, so first and foremost, new diplomat. How are you? Perkin Curtis. He isn't very good, but he's bilingual, so that's cool. Have a quick chat with Crown Prince Hazem. I know we've already got the mission to basically kill his dad, but maybe we could just get an outright ceasefire now and like unite against the Mongols, except I will not openly declare war on the Mongols just yet because that would be suicide.
You are brave to seek an audience with us like this.
Yeah, I know, because I haven't killed your dad yet. Right, look, how about we just go for a ceasefire, get some trade rights on the table, I'll give you some map information, and show no hard feelings, because, you know, I have kind of fucked you out a bit, so let's say, yeah, 200 florins, and I'll keep these payments up for 10 turns. That gives you, what, 2,000 florins in your coffers? That's enough to buy fuck all, really, but, yeah.
Keep that up, and you will anger the Sultan.
Don't think you really have much respect for what your Sultan thinks.
This bodes poorly for our future.
Oh well, you can't say I didn't try. Right, Jerusalem, we may prepare a response force to deal with him because, well, I'm not going to deal with Crown Prince Hazem, but
The Sultan will
again,
be most pleased at your demise.
if he attacks me, I fight back, simple as that, because obviously I have to fight back against this guy. However, I would like to try and take down Sultan Nasser if I have the opportunity, but he does have a bit of an army, so we need to get some intel on him, really, first things first. I don't think I have any spies in the area, though, because, pretty sure I'm a spy in the area. Actually, no, you're there, right? Mortimer, what's your chances of getting into, right, 90% chance of getting your eyes on Sultan Nasser. Get in there, give me a good readout on his troops, please. Then you can maybe follow the Mongols around, see where Khan Mangal is leading his merry band. Good job, right, so we still know stuff about this guy. By the way, he's a pathetic besieger because, yeah, I don't think he's ever sieged us anyway, so yeah, he's not really the best guy in the world. He's kind of crap, but he feels appreciated by himself at least, or the invisible player character who isn't here because we can't do co-op on these games. Right, what do we know about his armies?
Even if they do not deserve it, I will offer the infidels a fair fight.
It's pretty weak, actually. He's got some Bedouin cavalry, but we've seen what they're like, and they're pretty terrible. We've got Saracen militia, Turkomans, they're new to us. Guess these are light cavalry archers, tribal Turkish nomads, right? So yeah, cavalry archers. Got a couple of spears, Kurdish javelins, so we've got some skirmishers, a unit of archer militia, yeah, and a ballast. Yeah, this army isn't really anything special, so we could probably send an appropriate response force to tackle him. My issue is, it is going to draw us quite close to the Mongols, and I don't really, it's not that I'm suspecting a trap, but I am wary that this mission could be harder than it looks. By the way, did we get a new priest this area? I basically need a priest in every bloody region at this point. I've got one in Dongola, one in Cairo. Have I not got one kicking around in this area? No, I've got Arsenal Spinner. He's got divine connection. Could you go up to Accra and start converting? Because we're doing all right in Alexandria now. We will need to get another priest up and running anyway, but we can't afford one right now. But yeah, we need to get that area up and running. Right. Any outstanding issues in Europe before we end the turn? Before we do the progress. How are we doing on money, by the way? Teeny weeny profit, so I'm not going to spend any further.
Hail, my
Edgar
king.
Baker will arrive at Nuremberg this turn, so let's get this siege underway. Well, we're not going to actually physically take Nuremberg this turn, but you know what I mean, folks. We're going to get ready to blast the city into little pieces. Oh, and there's an assassin. How fun. Hopefully he dies in the siege, and hopefully the Pope keeps his beak out of this siege as well. Because I know what he's like, which is why we really need to do
Laying
more of these
siege,
kind of
noble
pods.
sire.
Anyway, it's got stone walls, but the garrison, as far as I'm aware, is fucking pathetic, so I'm just going to go with siege ladders. Well, we can 6 siege ladders. There we go, 6 siege ladders.
We shall.
What is it, Ausländer?
What is it?
More
Ausländer?
lies?
By the way, the Holy Roman Empire hates me for sieging their towns. Well, no shit. But then again, when you defend only with fucking town militia, well, what do you expect? Maybe Captain Hugo will...
Come and face the might of the Reich, coward!
He'll do the brave thing and send his 1 unit of crossbow militia to get the party started without me having to breach the walls. You never know. Davey,
Hail, my king.
we're going to have a little fight. Let's deal with Captain
I
Jobs
will not
because
waste words with the enemy.
he's got a bit of an odd army. I'll give him that. But you know what? If you can take him in the field, then you never know. A couple of men might get some XP, and you know it's good exercise and it's good practice, isn't it? So let's go have a little go
By your
against
will,
him
sire,
before we
we
get
shall
ourselves
engage.
up to Marienburg. Because you know what? We have to get rid of his zone of control anyway, and he's just existing and fucking shit up, and he's going to run away, isn't he? Alright, I have no intention of chasing him, so...
By God's will, we have triumphed.
I don't know why I thought that was the option. I was just going to fight or not fight, but yeah, obviously the other option is just run the fuck out of there, right?
As you will, my king.
To the Imperial
to battle.
capital, which you'd think they wouldn't put on the borders, but yeah. Frankfurt's garrison is still pretty tough anyway, so this will be a challenging battle for us. Well, I say challenging, but look, town militia, spear militia, 2 crossbow militia. So, put little air quotes in challenging because
Sire,
it could be not so challenging. Can you keep heading down, by the way? I want to see if we can maybe track
on
down
my
that
way.
Polish diplomat. She may be of worthiness to us. And oh god, more rebels, by the way. Yeah, we've got more rebels to do. By the way, Anselm Siniger, you're my new merchant that we got from Edinburgh. He's got his alright talents. Right, what money can you make me in this area?
At your service.
19 florins, 47. Alright, I can take 47, but you must be able to do better than 47. 28, 14, 19, 28. God damn, you're not very good at this, are you? 81, alright, we've got an 81 there. I would have preferred more, but I'll take an 81 for now, so get yourself down there and open a trade lane. I guess it would be good to have you in that area as well, so you can keep an eye on Southern Ireland and make sure nothing fishy goes on.
I'll continue once I have rested, sire.
Right. Anyway, we've got rebels to deal with now. So, Nottingham, can you deploy your billman and what we're dealing with? 1 unit. Right,
You
one
are
fucking
not
unit.
my liege.
I know I don't like doing the auto-resolve, but when it's genuinely just 1 unit... Oh wait, I was going to send
Hail,
Toby
my
to join.
king.
Toby's going to join just because he needs something to do.
Honor,
So, right, literally, just take these 3 billmen
By your command.
and just do everything
As
you
you
can to not
command,
fuck it
my
up.
liege.
But I'm not going to fight this one because when it's just 1 unit... Honestly, it'll be so... I mean, well, watch. He'll die in battle or something. But honestly, this is like the one case where I'll just go auto-resolve because I'm not doing a 1 unit battle because
An honorable,
that is beneath me.
glorious
So, yeah.
victory.
10 to 1.
By your will, sire, we shall
I will
engage.
sign off on an auto-resolve this time. And we'll go as simple as that, really. It was very fucking fun.
Glory,
Trait
honor,
decrease, by the way, his
victory.
loyalty's back up and running
Making camp
good.
here, noble
Get yourself
sire.
into Nottingham then,
We
and you
shall
can run the
continue
shot
tomorrow,
because
my
Prince
liege.
Arthur's going to run York for a little bit. Right, what do we know about the rebels in Iverness when the camera isn't being so bloody
I'll
sensitive?
rip off your head and spit down your neck.
Well, it's just some salty Scots, right? They've got a little more, so that's a battle we'll actually fight.
I'm
However,
only here to fight the you galoot.
Iverness and Edinburgh don't really provide much in the way of garrison. Even Edinburgh, you can get rid of those guys because I don't want them. Oh, we can afford a priest by us. I might just go get a priest now. Yeah, we can't afford any decent troops. We can't get any decent troops, but yeah. Right, we'll make a plan for that. But Alexandria, can you spend the last of our Florence? Because I know it's going to put us in a loss, but I need another priest up and running. So just get another priest out and about. Right, you know what, Toby?
Hail, my king.
You can go
As
up
you
and deal with
command,
those
my
guys
liege.
yourself because Edinburgh can't. Well, oh, merchant cavalry militia, they're new. And their armor looks quite decent as well. So these guys, what's that about? So the rich ride as well as the poor must do their civic duty, but the rich prefer to ride. The wealth brought trade allows merchants to equip themselves with horses and the finest armor available. However, their lack of trailing and a land of real knights and should not be relied on too far. So these guys are just nice, heavy-hitting cavalry, but don't expect them to stick around in a fight. They're not quite as skilled as a knight, so they're like, I guess they're like in the middle cavalry in a way. Alright, so at least we've got something like that to have access to, but yeah. In the want of saving a bit of cash, I'm going to send Toby up north to deal with the issues in Iverness. I've still got these armoured swordsmen to get shipped out to Europe as well, so that's something I want to do. I am trying to get a navy done in Rennes, so I'm going to just merge these guys up, right?
Fleet ready, sire.
You know, I'm going to just have to disband this cog anyway.
Moving
Get rid of
sire.
its upkeep, and hello there, Lord the
God's
Beauchamp. I know I've stranded you for a while. Preach in Rennes if you want for a little bit.
On my way.
Yeah, there's really a lot he can do right now, apart from just continue to be my preferati, so if he could avoid dying, that'd be brilliant. Yeah. Actually, I might have done a bit more good for my money. Alright, next turn, we're going to try and get some ships set up in Nottingham then, so we can ship the armoured swordsmen down to Europe. But yeah, we're pretty much there for the turn now. We're nearly at Frankfurt. We're going to get Nuremberg done next turn. King Edmund knows where he's going. Got a Polish merchant chilling out, but yeah, I'm not going to assassinate him because I'm only going to assassinate when I can assassinate. I don't want to do anything that transgresses against other parties at this point. Because I want to just try and be I'm going to try and build bridges now instead of burning them down. Because, I mean, we've built a nice one with the Venetians so far. And if you wanted to know, by the way, they're still doing... Actually, we're doing fuck all in this game at the minute. They're all Venice and they own Thessalonica for some reason. I think that's about it. We don't have any... Oh, wait, they've got Crete now. So well done for getting Crete. But yeah. They're not really the strongest faction, but I guess it's nice to have a friend. Anyway, 80 turns in. We're not too far from 100 now. How about that? And how are we doing so far in this campaign? Well, I will tell you how we're doing so far in this campaign. So, our faction is still England, because it isn't going to fucking change, is it? Our capital remains London, untouched and unsieged. King Edmund now rules us since King Rufus has passed away after a very, very supernaturally long life. But Davy Curthose has now taken a title of Greatest General after his 2 victories against the French in the dark. We now have 13 generals at our command with 25 regions bowing down to me, which means we have only 20 more regions to capture before we can declare victory, since we also now hold the key territory of Jerusalem. So it's now really, in a way, the fight for the finish already. Bloody fucking hell, that was quick. No, I'm just kidding. I think we still have quite a bit ahead of us. You know, 20 regions aren't going to come easy. Taking down the Holy Roman Empire in France is going to get me a nice bit of a way there, but there'll still be other enemies to fight in the future. Oh, you can guarantee it. But yeah, we split those regions up into 14 cities to 11 castles, which is still a pretty good boost. As you can see now, we're starting to slant a little bit economically. 79 battles have now been won, 10 have been lost. Pretty much all of them were naval though, so... yeah. And the year is now 1238. It's the era of the Mongols. The 100 Years' War hasn't quite started, but let's face it, we started it anyway, and we started it ahead of schedule. And really, it's just really that era now of knights, castles, and we're really in the full-on medieval period. Yeah, so things are going good there. In terms of a pope, we have a new pope on the front, Pope Ioannis of Venice. A pope who was chosen by me thanks to my heavy presence in the College of Cardinals with 4 people in. However, I no longer have a preferati. I had one, but now Paul, for some reason, has unpreferatied himself because, yeah, the other guys are doing better. So hopefully these guys, Paul can get his game back up. However, I still feel confident that the next put may, in fact, be clarity over the unorthodox, since I can keep my Venetian allies on my side. By the way, the Holy Roman Empire has been excommunicated. I don't remember when that was happened, but fine, that means I can siege them and get away with it. And actually, we're in the middle at the minute of a pub. That's good. Alright, we're not at the top, so we can't do crusades, but yeah. We need to find a way of sabotaging France's relation with the Pope, if anything, in order to solidify our final victory against them. For the Pope favours the French, which means whenever we pick on the French, the Pope is very quick to respond. So we need to find a way of getting his eyes to pay attention elsewhere, which in a way is working in our favour since Milan's been excommunicated due to their war. Sicily, by the way, is not doing well, which is good. I don't like Sicily, and Sicily doesn't like me. So if they get excommunicated, I may have the opportunity to make a move on Tripoli. But that's thinking very blue sky. Denmark is also favoured, which is a niggle for me because I'm trying to fight the Danish. And their elimination could really, really hurt my relations with the Pope. But for now, we'll just play it as it is. I don't like Denmark, and I want them finished, if I'm honest. He's alright with the Portuguese, which is weird because the Portuguese are the least trustworthy faction in the game. They're even more untrustworthy than me, but then again, I think it's bullshit that people consider me untrustworthy. He likes the Polish, so we'd do well to stay on their side, and he's seen better days with Hungary, but at the same time, Hungary is a faction I don't particularly care about in a way, but I may do well to if Poland starts ragging on me. So in terms of diplomacy, by the way, we still remain having many enemies, but at least we only have 4 now. We're still fighting the French, the Imperials, the Egyptians and Danish. However, we're going to try and secure some peace with the French so we can focus on other things. And we're also going to try and get peace with the Egyptians by eliminating Sultan Nasser, because you know what, I think we'll go ahead and have a go at that. And if we can do that, then that is brilliant. Denmark is also our other enemy, and we're pretty close to finishing him off. And Venice is our ally. The Venetians are allied to me and the Turks, which means, yeah, they're not keeping the best of company. But at the same time, we have a mutual enemy of the Imperials. However, they are fighting wars against the Sicilians and Byzantines and the Hungarians, which means there is a potential I could be dragged into those wars, and these factions do have now legitimate grounds to really dislike me. But then again, like I said, I'm not keen on Sicily. Hungary I would rather keep on my side, and the Byzantines I have no opinion of because they're too far away to be of any concern to me right now. So, yeah. In terms of our factions we're fighting, the French maintain a reliable network of allies who are all working against me, apart from the Spanish, which is why I plan to have a princess try and marry into the Spanish royal family in order to secure a marriage alliance. And that would keep Spain's interests away from me, especially if I was to basically have a border with them upon the conquest of France. The Imperials, yeah, they've got mates, however, their mates have been excommunicated, and therefore they've been excommunicated by proxy. The Imperials, yeah, basically, people don't think too well of them anyway, so that's fine. But yeah, the French, they're looked upon quite well, as are the Danish, which is why I'm in a bit of hot water, basically fighting factions who are liked. Family tree, by the way, it's pretty damn big still. We've still got Mrs. Bananarama Hat here, and we're quite a few generations in. I mean, yeah, we've got King Edmund now ruling. Arthur has been crown prince. It was Walter Bridgeman originally, but unfortunately Walter passed away in battle in the capture of Aarhus. So yeah, Arthur now rules, and yeah, it's still pretty big. It's not as big as the one we had on last series of Rome, but what, 1, 2, 3, we're 5 generations in, so progress is being made. But yeah, we've got many sons, many daughters, all growing up to do this, that and the other. Yeah, and faction rankings, we're still accelerating up at a very satisfactory pace. All factions, as you can see, we are now head and shoulders above everyone in the campaign, which is absolutely brilliant. Top 5 factions. So the Holy Roman Empire sits in second place. However, we're going to be driving them down very soon. And the Spanish now sit in third, so they're one to watch. In fourth sit the Mongolians are in fifth, by the way, because they're just blasted up. But yeah, we need to be watching them. And Poland still remains in fourth, so Poland and Spain are ones to watch, and we will be watching. And the Mongols are touring off somewhere else. They're leaving my areas at least, so, but I still have my eye on them. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We're still progressing quite strong. We're trying to now be in a position where we're trying to improve things other than our vast swaths of territory we own. Financial situation, once more, it still has seen better days, but it definitely is now showing signs of strength. Towns are being upgraded and bigger markets are being built, more money's coming in per turn, so hopefully we can be in a position where, you know, I mean, hopefully at the beginning of next term we're going to be on like nearly 6,000 florins. That is progress. And last but not least, missions. We've still got a few missions to worry about. We've got 4 turns left in our ceasefire with France, or at least our Pope sanctioned one. The French are making moves within my territory. I suspect both these armies could be heading to Angers, so we'll prepare our defence if that's the case. We've got a regicide mission as well to carry out against Sultan Nasser, which we are going to look into doing. So, before we end this turn, what forces do we have available at Jerusalem? We have a couple. I would suggest we send for the Hospitaliers and some additional spear levy, and for the peasant archers.
Yes, sire.
These troops should be fine enough for dealing with our foe. However, we'll include some Hobilars,
Yes.
and I may send Christopher to govern Jerusalem still. We can get away with that. So Christopher will govern Jerusalem for a little bit. And yeah, we've got a balanced time by our knights. Yeah, we could use maybe something a little stronger. We need some mainline infantry really. We could use some billmen if I can't afford any. Alright, we'll give it a turn anyway, because we've got to wait a few. We've got turns to spend, but we're going to prepare some dismounted feudal knights when we can, and then we're going to go after Sultan Nasser, get him dealt with, get that big bounty, and hopefully that will secure our peace with the Egyptians for a while, and we can form an alliance against the Mongolians should it become a need. I will only openly declare war on Mongolia when they are actively threatening me. Right now, they're leaving me alone, therefore I shall leave them alone. However, I will remain wary of them and continue preparing my defences should it become the case that we need to fight. Still, that being that, we are at the end of the turn, so good progress with you. Let's move on to another turn and hopefully we'll have a battle to fight, because I know that we're pretty much halfway through the episode or even further than that and we haven't had a battle. But don't worry, my friends, we're going to still siege Nuremberg if it is a 1-unit siege, because hey, we get to watch the town get fucked, so yeah. Alright, we may as well auto-resolve it, but fuck it. We haven't had a battle. If it's going to be the only battle we have, well, beggars can't be choosers.
The enemy lays siege to our people, sire. The enemy has surrounded us. We are besieged.
Roller coaster of a turn transition there, apart from the part where it took too long, but yeah. Anyway, Arthur of Bristol would like to marry Christian Brown, and yeah, he looks alright. Yeah, he's dreaded, but whatever. Yeah, good CV. Rock on up. Bruges, by the way, would like to build the Guild of Explorers, which will basically give us, you know, better explorers and better military and better travel. 1,000 florins, yeah, I like building guilds. Have a guild, right? Some besieged, by the way, yeah. Angers and Metz are under siege. Angers we can deal with. Metz, ooh, might have a few issues, so we're gonna have to get ready to deal with that. But Staufen may be able to provide some assistance. But yeah, 2 sieges. Because remember, when these ceasefires come, it's one rule for some, another for another. Yeah, we're dropping a few ranks, by the way, in a few places, and our money is a little on the downside. Most advanced faction, it's the Imperials, where it won't be for long, but they are sending responses to deal with me, so I look forward to fighting them. Faction announcements, by the way, Joffrey Chamberlain is of age. Thomas is now feeling quite noble in his rule. Harry Spill is also feeling appreciated. Toby Westbury is feeling unappreciated, as is Giles Brown. Toby, you are, well, you've got shit to do. You're off to go fight rebels, so you should be fine. And Giles, alright, I know you've been sitting around for a while, but don't worry. We're getting close to a point where I can send you out and about. Your day is coming, my friend. And, oh, fuck, I didn't check where Joffrey is. Where be Joffrey? Where are the Chamberlains, basically? These are the Chapmans, the Bristols, the Kerfoses, the Chamberlains. Joffrey, oh, he's handsome, isn't he? So Joffrey Chamberlain is currently based in Oslo. Return us knights, by the way, because I've been meaning to do that for bloody ages. You know what, also, just build something, you know, because I've got my eye on you now. Get some roads set up, or better yet, no, do your port. Everyone has to have a port. Get a port set up, and yeah. He's going to need something to do. Tell you what, I'm going to get you some experience in the field. Take your dismounted feudal knights and the unit of mailed knights, and bring 2 of your peasant archers, and start heading to a point where you can link up with the king.
We shall slaughter your will, sire.
He'll be a good role model for you.
Tomorrow, sire.
Right, construction report, by the way. London has council chambers, which will improve the public order there, which, as you can see, is happening. Bruges has upgraded to a stone wall. Edinburgh now has a port, and Dongola has Lancaster. So Bruges, let's start working on your first exciting project, which will be a merchant's wharf, because it's affordable. Because the rest of this money is going to have to go to Staufen, who needs to prepare.
Perhaps I can help establish a bond between our people.
Yes, maybe we could establish bonds later. For now, Captain.
Begone! You are not my liege!
Right, they're already getting ready to attack us, so we are risking losing Metz right now, big time, because, yeah, I don't have any forces in the... And again, I could send Augustine and his lads out. But not enough, sire. But there might be enough to get the attention of Captain Moyne.
Your will, sire.
Yeah, get yourself on the move, and,
sire.
Yeah. I'm not sending enough troops, but I am sending troops. Sire. I'll get extra troops linked in as well to help out, basically. So there we go, right. It's a start. Staufen, I need yeomans, I need billmen, and I don't need peasants, so yeah. Alright, maybe we can live without yeomans. I want yeomans, but we can't. Oh, fucking hell, right. Billmen, and peasant. No. Get me a unit of get me a unit of levy spears. Oh, actually no, get me a ballista. Yeah. Either way, get me troops because we need troops. Recruitment pot, by the way. Alexandria has a new priest who is Ansel Smith. He's all right once more. Ansel, spread the Lord's word. And then it's just orderly training. Diplomatic information. The Egyptians have now got a truce with the HRE. And Portugal's been excommunicated. Fucking you saw that one coming. Cardinal dies, whether Millet of Jeannin of France has died. I feel no remorse whatsoever. And celebrations, yeah, a marriage happened. Hooray! Right, how much time do we even have left in this episode? Like 5 bloody minutes. Oh god, and which battle do we do first? My. Could make this a battle-free episode, but nah, because I'll sped up a lot of footage, so accounting for that, we're gonna go and do Captain Ponce, because
me, you coward.
I'm not I mean, if I'm saving a town, I'm saving Angers, so you lot, I don't give a shit what the Pope says. If he's going to excommunicate me for defending my own lands, then he can toss a salad for all I care. For now, we're going to do a Captain Ponce. So, the balance of power is in my favour in a 5-to-2 ratio as we outnumber him by close to 1,000 men. What he is bringing is 2 units of dismounted feudal knights, a unit of mailed knights, a unit of mounted sergeants, spears, and peasants. So his army may be somewhat disciplined. However, there are weaknesses in its lack of balance, lack of missile superiority, and I could probably smash it. And because my troops are better than them, basically, I'm going to win. So let's get this victory dealt with. Well, provided it actually is a victory. So Captain Ambrose, lead the men into battle, and I wish you all the best. But please do not screw it up.
This battle belongs to England. Men, to arms.
We always know how to lead before you command or whatever. Well, if you want to be obeyed, learn how to command.
Units, await my orders.
Rightio, we've got orders to distribute among the men. So, as it stands, the French are waiting for us, like they always do. Very nice, patient people sometimes. So what we need to do is we need to get ourselves out of this gate. So, we'll go strongest foot forward. So, the knights will lead out first, followed by the artillery. We've also got the longbows to get out and about. So, we're not going to bother putting them on the walls. They can just come with us. So longbows, just get them grouped up. Knights, you'll be marching as one super group as well. I'm just really grouping just for my sake. But Sergeant Spears, well, my Spears, you know what you're doing. Billman, you're helping out as well. Basically, we're just going to get everyone into groups right now just to make my life a little easier. So let's just get out and about. So first is first, we need to probably deploy about here. Don't know if the enemy's going to move backwards or forwards or whatever, but either way, let's start moving some troops out and prepare ourselves for a fight. So longbows, if you get there, and no flaming munitions, by the way. Your regular munitions are often, if not always, strong enough to do their job. Billman, you will be here as well. So Billman, just get yourselves out and about. Basically, Spears, I need you to be watching this flank here. I'm going to keep one of you out of the group though, because you are going to keep down his flank in case the enemy does try and do something sneaky. Knights, you're at the rear of my formation, so if you get yourselves out here, like so. Why is this game sometimes so stubborn about getting troops out and about? But right, everyone has an order, everyone is moving out. The French have basically drawn their line in the dirt and are just awaiting us. So, since the enemy has no missiles whatsoever, we can basically put strongest foot forward, have dismounted feudal knights lead for defense, which is fine because they are equivalently strong to the enemy knights as well. So basically, we've basically got what we want there. We've got basically knights on knights, and then basically everything else we'll basically use our billmen to flank around. We'll also have our artillery have their way with them as well. So artillery, if you could please start moving into a position where you can start hitting the enemy, please. I will stick with... Well, we could go with normal munitions, but you know what? The flaming munitions... Oh wait, I have the flames. I'm sorry, the flames were on anyway. But yeah, I do not foresee risks in our ability to, well, kill our own men. So basically, lads, get yourselves in a position. Billman, let's just bring this formation to here. It's just controls are being a bit stiff today, sorry, because they're bloody awkward. But already we're getting a few hits out there. We hit the mounted sergeants, we hit some of the knights. If the enemy does choose to come forward, though, that's where we may have our first few sticking points. However, longbows, let's get a unit of you here, and let's get the other unit of you here. Basically, we're gonna just start firing on all angles with ourselves, disable skirmishing, and yeah, everyone's just basically now has an idea of where they need to go. So we'll let the artillery do its thing first, and then we will move further forward, and we will basically deliver the killing blow. I don't know why someone was holding torches by the way, it's not bloody night time. I know I attempted to click on the box, but that doesn't give you permission to start bringing your torches around, because, well, in really bad dark, I can very clearly see the enemy being all on fire and getting absolutely shivved by my artillery, so yeah. Anyway, longbows will basically open fire once the enemy is in range, because right now we can't hit anything. But we'll move the longbows into range once the artillery is done with their part, because what I don't want to do is just have my longbowmen come out and then slam as being blown up by our own artillery, because we are using flaming munitions. So there is still that little leeway of unreliability with the accuracy, and you know, let's just take due diligence to avoid unnecessary casualties. But as it stands right now, yeah, we are friggin' mulching the French with our artillery. So we're going to speed this one up for a little bit. We'll just let our shots go out. But as you can see, we've already made pretty decent inroads into their forces. I'm seeing a few of our infantry going down. And there goes the captain.
Enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
Absolutely wrecked. He's not coming back from that one. So that's already the French morale basically chipped away quite effectively. Naturally, it isn't as strong as anything because it, you know, I haven't used an actual general. But yeah, they don't really have a lot of chance of making it through this battle. I mean, as you can see, I only told them to target those feudal knights by the way, and basically not getting anywhere. Tell you what, have target the peasants now, just because I want to start hitting that side of the cavalry as well. And oh dear, knights, do you want to move forward a little bit by the way, just so we're not quite in the way? And basically, yeah, now we can basically just take out that half of the army as well. So you know, everyone gets the love, everyone gets the death, and I want to see what the percentage is, but I want to wait till the artillery's done because yeah. The artillery is almost done, but as you can see, there is a beautiful display of charred French corpses over there, and, well, more and more just keep joining the club. I mean, at this point, I might actually just send a Pillman forward, but I will send a dismounted feudal knights forward, just because, well, fortunately, the enemy has just put the knights all on one flank, so this makes it pretty damn easy for me to disperse my troops out. We'll have our knights just control the right flank, and our Pillman can work on the left flank. End of story, really, like, literally done and dusted. Artillery is just going to let out its last few shots. As you can see, it's trying, it's really trying. Isn't quite hitting all its marks, but you know what, it had a bloody good go at it, and to be honest, well, let's face it, it hit a lot of its marks, so there we go. Right, artillery has finished, and that leaves us, that's a quarter of the enemy gone down already. Right, longbows, I want you to move forward and focus fire on those dismounted feudal knights. Your armor piercing, so basically kill off the armored units, get rid of the risk unit. Artillery, you may withdraw into the city. You are done for today. May as well not needlessly risk their lives. But yeah, this is part 2 now, the part where we just basically let our missiles do the talking. Well, alright, part 1.5 then. Longbows are having to get a little bit close and personal. We are still drawing out a good distance, but knights, could we just start moving up? As could the billmen, so I suspect this time the enemy will respond. Anyway, our first few volleys are going out, and as you can see, yeah, they're not having a good time. One of you target this unit, by the way, one of you target this unit, but yeah, as you can see, the enemy is now getting agitated. They are sending a couple of their sergeant spears forward, so billmen, I recommend you get a shift on. We may need you in a minute, or better yet, I'm going to send some knights forward because the knights are in a better position to respond. Right, billmen, don't bust a gut. Sending heavy infantry to deal with that, and knights, I mean, well, spears, you need to come up there. Spears, you need to also, but I see some mounted, oh, well, they broke. Okay, I'll let them have that. Right, knights, get back in position. Billman, can you watch the flanks? Spears, can we get you up here now? Okay, so we're dealing with an enemy who's basically going to run away before they even engage in a fight, so we're already in a strong position there. Heavy infantry, just make a position just in front of our longbows. You're not going to get friendly fire by them, don't worry, but either way, right now the feudal knights are now basically if they weren't killed by the artillery, they're now getting killed by the longbowmen, and as you can see, they are being killed pretty damn efficiently, so it is not their day today. Billman, you need to brace yourselves for a charge. We've got incoming knights. Those spears are nearly in position. Spears, if you could get ready to take over, these guys will have to take the brunt, the initial force, but what I would fight over mail knights would be risky, right? Risky. Right, knights, can you get in there and take over the engagement, because I just lost a lot of billmen there. They got shredded, but ooh, yes. Knights pulled out. Right, billmen, you have no use to me anymore. Get back in the city, please. You did a really brave effort in holding back those knights, but that charge absolutely swamped you. By the way, spears, you've done a very effective job of killing off some more enemy cavalry there. Just keep yourselves, don't go too forward just yet, because we need you to continue monitoring the flanks. Right, those dismounted feudal knights are just about gone now. I don't know how armoured are these guys. Somewhat armoured, they're like armoured sergeants. Tell you what, one of you archers now start whittling down those sergeants, please. And the other one can just finish off whatever's left of the knights. But as it stands right now, the French are really in a delicate position. Knights, move forward. We're going to have need of your services because it looks like we've got incoming. Right, you lot, be braced because here comes your next challenge. But I am very confident you can basically, there we go. Alright, yeah, oh no, your morale went down ever so slightly, but let's face it. The mounted sergeants will not stay in combat, as I have predicted just there. We have got the knights incoming, however, so right, tell you what. Oh wait, no, I'm going to pull back. No, I saw our cavalry fail, and that did not
Only
fill them
half
with
the
any
enemy force
inspiration there.
remains.
I am surprised that we haven't had just a general retreat on that. You would have thought at this point the enemy would have actually just thrown in the towel, but you know what, if I don't want to throw in the towel just yet, that's fine, because that means I can kill and ransom the rest of them, or kill and execute. Maybe wiser to let them go scot-free this time around, because barely any of them are surviving. That being said, well, I'm only going to do that just because of papal relations. That being said, it still means the French have a viable threat to use against me, but maybe being a little more courteous in victory, we'll try and wind down this conflict for now. I still hate the French and I can't wait until I beat them, but for now, I need to find a better opportunity to strike them. You know what? Helping myself to half of their lands is still a very good achievement, so I think we can, you know, maybe hit the pause button for a while I focus my efforts on the Holy Roman Empire and Milan. Why do I keep implying I'm going to fuck up Milan when really I'm not very interested in Milan? Alright, we've got incoming over here, so I'll tell you what, knights, can we get moving? You lot, just focus on that, not you guys, stay still. You lot, just keep it up over there. I'm sending some knights just to dispatch their infantry, or I was going to, but they're running away. Alright, tell you what, knights, can we start chasing down things that are routing now, because I don't want to let too many be free. Because if I'm going to set units free, I want to basically make sure we're setting the bare minimum free. Simple as that, right. Let's keep moving, keep moving. Do not engage anything that you can't engage, lads. By the way, that unit just got flying 12 spears. You're doing a very good job for me right now. Right, longbows. Focus fire on the sergeant spears and all that. The enemy has no chance whatsoever. You know what, knights, just bugger it. Just go right in the back. You know what, yeah. Archers, call it. End it. I've had enough of the enemy now. I've had enough of this battle. These guys have capered for my amusements long enough. We're going to just finish them now. They've got no chance. So let's just put them out of their misery. Charge them down. Oh yeah, I know their
Behold
spears.
how our cowardly foe runs.
Finish them.
It's time to press the attack.
Archers, no more firing now, please. Call it off. Call it off. There we go. Alright, all my lads are moving in now. We are getting absolute Excellent. There we go. Is that guy dead yet, by the way? Fantastic. Right, who's left in this battle? Well, we've got a group of peasants running away. Come on, lads. Especially those knights. I don't mind releasing units, but I only mind... Well, I mind when they're good units. They're crap units, when freaks are not worth our time. Just get rid of those. There we go. Double kill, Captain. Well done. Well done. You can get put into the royal family for doing that, because that was a pretty damn good move you did there. A better move actually will be getting rid of this tool here, who my men are avoiding because they're silly. Come on. You can get rid of him. Come on. Oh, just let him go free actually. Right, come on. Don't fuck around here.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Good victory, lads. I'm happy with letting 59 losers go free if I have the opportunity. Because, yep, very effective. Less than 200 men lost. Pretty much because we just basically whittled them down to death with, well, the catapult got 155, the longbow men, between them, nearly 250. Simple. Absolutely wrecked.
This is a brilliant spot to spring a deadly trap, sire.
Yeah, I know Angers is great for trapping French people, right?
France, do it! Release us, Monseigneur.
I will release you because I am basically releasing units who will have little to no consequence of me, so you can have your troops back and maybe you'll think more of me for this. Like I said, obviously my relations do not improve, they just, Anyway, we need to get ready for dealing with Captain Junian, who may be incoming, so we'll retrain whatever we can afford to retrain. And we will now await further shit to do. Because, yeah, we've got a lot of things to do this term, but we're going to deal with them on the next episode, my friends. So, yeah, I know it wasn't a very battle-y episode, but as you can see, we've got, ooh, Captain Ulrich, ooh, Jan von Erfurt, and basically all. It's going to be a interesting episode next time. So, next time, fighting the Imperials. See you there, my friends.